Hi, I am going busking today. For those who are not familiar, busking is just like going out on the street and performing. And so I'm going to do that. I don't have a mic or anything, but I am just gonna go and I'm gonna sing. And I've spent this morning kind of trying to get in the mental state that I am going to do this because I am really nervous. And all day I've had this like feeling in my gut, like anxiety, you know? Like I feel like I'm about to take like a freaking final exam. Like that's the feeling I'm getting. Like I just feel so like, but it's been okay. I've been trying to like soothe myself right now. I'm like getting ready. I have my skincare on, so I'm gonna do my makeup, do my hair. I'm changed, and I was also working on my little posters, I guess. They're pretty small, but I have like my contacts here. This is just like, hello, I'm Joannette. I watercolored these and then stuck them to some cardboard. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready and then I'm gonna start rehearsing some of the songs because I'm singing like just some old standards, I guess is what they're called. Just like some classic songs, some songs that I already kind of know from memory, not anything mine, just covers. But I really just want to sing. And I guess this will be good for me to like practice projection and also just practice and practice being in front of people. Because that's where I feel unsafe and my gut starts like turning and I start being like, and thinking that the world is gonna end. But it's like not, because I've performed live before. Haven't in a while, but I have. And it was okay, even if it didn't go as favorably as perhaps my like mind had envisioned. I don't care. There's no standards here. There's just me going out singing for like an hour ideally and then going home. I am rehearsing so that I know what songs I'm gonna sing, how I'm gonna sing them. I haven't been singing. Like I have not been singing, the one thing a singer should be doing. I've not been singing because um but I've been practicing and singing some of my favorite oldies. That's primarily what I'm gonna be singing. Those are like my favorite songs to sing. Just like very big like ballads. Like here is Emotions by Brenda Lee. Okay. Emotions. What are you doing? No, don't you know? Don't you know you'll be my ruin? You've got me crying, crying again. When will you let this heartache end? Okay, so I'm like walking around trying to figure out where I can actually like do this. I'm also trying to stop somewhere where there's not music because it's gonna mess with me trying to sing, like that's the whole thing. So this is really difficult. Hi, I'm back. So I eventually found a spot to sing and I sung. That was my first time singing in public in years, let's put it that way. I think the last time I really sung publicly was in high school. There were a couple times like when I was starting a band with some friends. Never really went into fruition. So I have some like reflections on the experience because it was new. It was new and it was my first time doing that. I wrote down some takeaways while I was on the subway heading back home. Yeah, so my first takeaway is that I'm just pleased with myself. Like, I'm happy that I did that to begin with because I haven't sung in public in a really long time, and I eventually got comfortable. I will say, I went to a pretty not busy street and I was in the shade. I think I wasn't quite ready to be somewhere like super, super busy, and I'm okay with that. I sung 15 songs, so I was singing for about like 45 minutes to an hour. It wasn't anything crazy. I was more just wanting to be in a space where I could just sing freely, which could be anywhere, yes, but I wanted to be at a park, at least have people around. I didn't make any money, but that's okay. I wasn't out there for too long. I got some positive reinforcement, which makes me feel really good. Like, I got some smiles, I got some applause, I got people who looked at my little, my little info cards, my little posters. I'm thinking maybe I should like have one with my Venmo and Cash App, though. It's not like I'm doing this for that, but music requires means. So let's just say that. But I don't know. I was just happy to sing. I was just happy to sing, and it really feels good that I got to do that. And I was singing. The most unfavorable response I get is just like indifference. And even that in itself is kind of comforting. Like, this is another one of my takeaways. Like, there were some people who straight up just didn't care. And that was kind of really relieving because it's like, yeah, like, you don't care. Because people don't care. Like, you know, when it's something that feels so vulnerable to you, all you're thinking about is, oh, what are other people going to think about this? Oh, what's someone's reaction going to be? Oh, like all these things are just going through your head. I was so anxious this morning. And I was reaching a point where I was like it was like my body was feeling the fear, but my mind was kind of past it. I kept having to be like, hey, this is not so difficult. And I feel like my body understood that like my mind was made up about this and that I was going to do it. And so I think that was making my body like freak out. There have been times in the past where I have sung and it hasn't gone accordingly. It's made me, being like the center of attention feel unsafe. Like, I think that's what the fear, at least for my body, is coming from. Because it's like my gut. Like, it was like my gut feeling so uncomfortable and so like restless. But my mind was just like, I'm doing this. Like, I'm just doing this. I was like trying to talk myself through it and be like, you've done this before. You are practicing the songs. It's gonna be okay. But that's the thing about nerves and anxiety and fear. It's impractical in the way that it's just anticipating the worst possible outcome that very well won't happen. Like, I'm trying to be okay with the newness, with the intangible, with the things I can't understand yet, because I know that those are the things that are going to help me succeed as I build my business as a musician and really devote myself to a life of creation. Another takeaway: I want to be more dressed up and really look like I'm a performer. I looked cute today. I did my hair, I did my light makeup. This is really like everyday makeup for me though. This top I've worn so many times. Like, I'm wearing a jean skirt and then a chain belt and my platform Candy's boots. I want to be a lot more dressed up and I want to like go all out with my makeup, maybe do like some lipstick. Next time, I want to allow myself to be more comfortable with being on a busier street. I think since I was like intimidated and nervous and all these things, like I wanted to kind of be a little more hidden away. I mean, I think I was heard. I was projecting quite loudly. Like I would get people from their cars like hearing me, and that was really nice. I am feeling good about trying this again next week, and I feel like I learned a lot from this because like the biggest takeaway is that now my brain knows that I can do this and there's nothing to be afraid of. Like that's really the most important thing, because all the like restlessness and whatever, like that's just my body feeling like unsafe. So now that that's like cut, it's like, okay, we can do this again and we can like refine it. I guess those are my takeaways. And I guess that's the end of this vlog. I mean, there's not really much else to say. See you next week. Like, I am really looking forward to doing this again, and I think it's gonna be fun. I'm already starting to think of like what I can wear. I am thinking that I want to sing a couple more songs, maybe like 20 this time, and maybe like repeat them. You know, like I'm trying to build up the flow of energy, get things moving, get the ball rolling. There's a lot. The biggest thing for me here is that I just want to be comfortable singing publicly, because that is where the block has been. As someone who wants to be a performer, who wants to be a musician, it's kind of one of those things I just have to master. So I'm glad that you guys are joining me as I go through this journey, go towards my goals. And I hope that, you know, soon enough I can sing on a stage. Like short-term goals, like I definitely want to try looking into open mics now. That's really it. I wish I could have recorded like me singing, but you know, there's only two arms here and they were moving around to the beat of the song and one was often snapping. So thank you for watching. I will see you next week. My name is Joannette. You can find me on Instagram at toyourjoa, and you can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all under Joannette. Joanet. Thank you and goodbye. Have a blessed day.